Volga River, so great and so peaceful. Here it makes a sharp bend, but it has seen so many twists and turns for the whole world. Let's look around. Here lies paradise, the Volga-Akhtuba floodplain. Its channels, known here as Yariki, lakes, meadows and forests. And at the border with Kazakhstan is the amazing lake Elton. Its concentration of healing salts and mineral mud is 1.5 times higher than that of the Dead Sea. All around there are steppes with grass like ocean waves. Splendid. All this belongs to Volgograd, formerly Stalingrad or Tsaritsyn. This river and this place in general, the city of Volgograd, formerly Stalingrad, have seen a lot. But what's going to happen today will happen here for the first time ever. The announcement of the names of the winners of the prize Global Energy. Every autumn, this annual prize is presented to outstanding pioneers, those who have achieved a breakthrough in the field of energy, be it the good old conventional energy or the alternative one. Today, the prize fund totals around $455,000. In this last 2 decades, 50 scientists from 16 countries, very different ones, have been awarded. But before that, every year, from January to April, applications are submitted. Then in May and June, each application is assessed by 3 independent experts who form the shortlist of finalists. And that shortlist is in turn reviewed by our international committee in July. Chairman of the committee, Nobel laureate Rae Kwon Chung from South Korea. The committee also includes genuine gurus working in Bolivia, Cote d'Ivoire, Hungary, Japan, India, Singapore, South Africa, Switzerland, as well as the Emirates and the United States. Y a partir de este año contamos también con nuevos miembros de nuestro comité internacional desde Америка Латина. Ну и с этого года у нас еще есть члены Международного комитета новые из Африки. I'm not mad. It's that this is truly an international broadcast in 3 languages, Spanish, Russian and English. And what I've just said is that starting this year, we also have new members of our international committee from Africa and Latin America. We've held outdoor ceremonies announcing the names of the laureates and convening the committee in Siberia, which was last year, and before that in Kaluga and on the Upper Volga. Why is the 5th anniversary ceremony taking place on the Lower Volga? Let's look around some more. This photo from the early 20th century shows the magnificent Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, the so-called South Russia's St. Isaac's Cathedral, which was built here. It was later destroyed, and now it's been restored. Shall we look under the dome? Some of our viewers must feel confused. What do Alexander Nevsky and the South have in common? Alexander Nevsky's nickname references the Neva River, and this is in the north of Europe. But Alexander Nevsky was here on his way to the Golden Horde. It's the gateway to both Europe and Eurasia. What's it like now? The new bypasses built around Volgograd are now part of the north-south transport route. Can you see it? From that very Neva on the north to Kazakhstan, Iran, and then to the Persian Gulf, Indian Ocean. Because of its geographic position, this land has always provoked an interest from very different forces. The battle for Tsaritsyn went down in the history of the Russian Civil War, but another couple of decades later, thanks to modern digital technologies, we can see the bravery of the defenders of Stalingrad, which became the turning point in the battle of good and evil during World War II. It was here, to Mamayev Hill, that the guests of our ceremony went first. Stalingrad looked horrific after the battles of World War II. But to be honest, it didn't look very impressive just 10 years ago. Take the floodplain of tributary of the Volga, the Tsaritsa River, which gave the city its original name. But in this last decade...
Ой, какая красота! Вот какой красивый стал!
A new garden square became part of the now radically reconstructed Tsaritsa River floodplain. As for the Volga... This is one way of holding the Watermelon Festival in commission on the Volga bank. Of course, there's also an official part, the best watermelon-themed costume contest. Even more respectful is the new local hotel and a spa complex called the Airbase. Its name comes from the fact that one can live here in the special planes refitted as comfortable hotel rooms. The drums of Volgograd are also about the festival called 3x4, an annual thing now. The annual 3x4 Festival for Youth, which has held recently, takes place on the new Volga embankment, which showcases the BK-31 armored boat from the Battle of Stalingrad, but has the vibrant new life of the region that has doubled its gross regional product. Was it just because they've taken a fresh look at the advantages of their geographical position? The Volga Hydroelectric Station, the largest in Europe, has been in operation for many decades. It gives almost 64% of the electricity consumed by the region. However, now it has a new turn. But one thing at a time. After visiting the hydropower plant, Nobel Energy Prize International Award Committee members came to the Volsky branch of the famous Moscow Power Engineering Institute. There, they were presented with a virtual model of a new canal that will run from the station to provide water to the Volga-Akhtuba floodplain, which is starting to dry up. At first glance, the project is about environment. And yet... This is also the proverbial sustainable development, a large economy. Already an enormous amount of vegetables is being grown here. Now this is perfect. But if that canal is built, once it's built, there can be 2 or 3 times more. So now let's have a look at other projects in the Volgograd region which have been shown to international guests of global energy. These wind farms have also become a new source of green energy for the Volgograd region. And it's not trend chasing, but common sense. There's plenty of wind in the steppes. Tram is the signature transport for Volgograd. It may be the most ecological kind of surface transport. However, the green electricity for it now comes not only from hydropower plants or wind farms, but also from the solar stations. Yes, as of right now, wind and solar only make about 5% of Volgograd's energy balance, but until recently, it wasn't there at all. And of course, the hydrocarbon-based energy is still around. So let us speak the truly universal language of both industrial development and clean energy. However, this dialect and pretty rather rare Korean language was recorded at the Volgograd State University, which has students not only from Russia, including local Koreans, but also from South Korea and many other countries. Our international committee held a meeting right at the university. Let us leave it to our gurus to select the laureates. They have many options. Our long list of applications this year included entries from all parts of the world. And now, let's go to the venue of the ceremony. This is the main television and radio broadcasting complex of the Volgograd region called Volgograd TRV.
Hello, Vesti Volgograd goes live. We will tell you about the key events right now. The Global Energy Prize Laureate Announcement Ceremony for 2024 is about to start.
Have you heard that? We've just been mentioned in the news, so now the most important part is about to start. Let's have a look.
река Волга, течет река Волга, конца и края нет. Среди хлебов спелых, среди снегов белых течет моя Волга, а мне 17 лет. Сказала мать, бывает все, сынок, быть может, ты устанешь от дорог, когда домой придешь в конце пути, свои ладони в Волгу опусти. Среди хлебов спелых, среди снегов белых, гляжу в тебя, Волга, седьмой десяток лет. Здесь мой причал, и здесь мои друзья. Все, без чего на свете жить нельзя. С далеких плесов в звездной тишине другой мальчишка подпевает мне. Издалека долго течет река Волга, течет река Волга, конца и края нет. Среди хлебов спелых, среди снегов белых течет моя Волга, а мне 17 лет, а мне 17 лет, а мне 17 lет.
Gentlemen, now that we are here, we're not such good dancers, but we're still capable of doing things. Now that we're here, I'd like to ask a question to Mr. Chung initially. This is your first time in Volgograd, Stalingrad. What have you seen? What are your impressions?
First of all, I was deeply impressed by the fact that Volgograd is a center of Russian history and nature. I was deeply impressed by my visit to Mamayev Kurgan. I paid a tribute to the history and the love and sacrifice that the Russian people made in the Second World War. And also, I paid a visit to Hydro Dam in the Volga River. So you are blessed with a huge blessing from the nature. This is why I believe Volgograd is the heart of Russia, while Moscow is a brain of Russia. And I'm very glad that I had the chance to visit the heart of Russia.
Oh, thank you so much indeed, sir, for your kind and I'd say even touching words. Oh, please don't put it down. Now, you've just had a gathering of the International Committee. You could have chosen 2 or 3 candidates. How many have you chosen?
Oh, we have more than 50 applications from all continents of the world, and we have chosen 3.
Lovely. Okay, let's then go laureate by laureate. But before that, I'd like to touch something else.
So now we will start with the new ways of energy application nomination. And before we start with our shortlist, I want to ask Mr. Bessarabov, dear Mr. Brylov, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, I want to greet all of you at the world-famous, legendary land of Stalingrad. So let's look at the short list.
New ways of energy application nomination. Minggao Ouyang, China, Professor, Tsinghua University. For technical leadership in strategic planning, research, demonstration and commercialization of new energy vehicles, especially for solving technical challenges of hydrogen fuel cell durability, lithium-ion battery safety, and vehicle-to-grid integration. Garry Popov, Russia. Professor, Director, Research Institute of Applied Mechanics and Electrodynamics, Moscow Aviation Institute. For outstanding achievements in theoretical and experimental studies of efficient use of electric energy for injecting spacecraft into the high final orbits. Kuki Matsushi, Japan, Emeritus Professor, Meiji University. For pioneering contributions to advancement of technologies for improving the energy efficiency of motor drive systems. Mohammad Naziruddin, Switzerland. Professor Emeritus, Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, Lausanne, for outstanding contribution to optoelectronic materials, dye-sensitized and perovskite solar cells, and synthetic materials designed at the molecular level for energy applications. Amit Goel, USA, Director, Laboratory for Heteroepitaxial Growth of Functional Materials and Devices, State University of New York at Buffalo. For pioneering research and contributions to applied high-temperature superconductivity, including fundamental scientific advances and technical innovations, enabling large-scale applications of novel materials worldwide.
So this is our short list, and now let's give the honor to announce the winner to the Governor of Volgograd region. In the nomination, New Ways of Energy Application wins Professor Minggao Ouyang, China. Please applause. So this is a new tendency in the history of global energy, because for the second year we have a nominee from China. So let's try get in touch with our winner.
Good afternoon. I'm truly honored to receive this prestigious award today. It is a moment I will always cherish. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Global Energy Association for recognizing my contribution in new ways of energy application to transportation. I have been working in the new energy vehicle for more than 20 years. I deeply thank all who supported and believed in me. Firstly, my team. Without their hard work, dedication, and support, this would not have been possible. We overcome many challenges together. I also thank my wife and friends for the love and encouragement. They gave me the strength to persevere. This award recognizes not just my effort, but also the power of teamwork and the pursuit of excellence. It will inspire me to aim higher and contribute more in the future. Thank you all again for this amazing honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed, sir. I would now like to talk to the fellow countryman of our first laureate, Mr. Xiao, who represents the People's Republic of China and who's actually participating in our committee's gathering for the first time. Now, yesterday and the day before yesterday, he visited a lot of educational and academic and industrial establishments of the Volgograd region. Now that your specialty is energy saving, where have you seen examples of future cooperation between the Volgograd region in particular, this country in general, your country, and in fact, now that we're talking in terms of global energy, of international cooperation?
Ladies and gentlemen, when I was a child, I knew Volgograd very well because Volgograd is a hill city. This is the transition of the World War II. So when I came here in the morning of July 1st, I feel honored as a visitor to this city. During July 1st and yesterday, we visited the Volgograd University and the Moscow Power Engineer Institute branch at Volgograd. I'm very impressed by the young scientists for their contribution in the energy. When I was in Volgograd State University, we participate in a discussion, and some of the students ask us many questions about the energy and the climate change. I think their questions are very insightful, and they are curious about the collaboration with China in the future for energy system. As you know, China and Russia has different situation in the energy. China is a country with plenty of traditional in coal, but in Russia, your energy is plenty of in coal, in oil or gases, natural gases. We have many collaboration with Russia in the energy trade. But in China, we have many renewable energy, such as wind and power. That's the difference. But when I reached this city, I found that the renewable energy in Volgograd is very plentiful. Especially the solar energy is very good in this area. And I found the young scientists, the young students, very smart in the university. So I think that the renewable energy in Volgograd will be well developed in the future. And I think that China and Volgograd can work together for the renewable energy in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much indeed, sir. Thank you.
So I would like to pay your attention that the members of International Committee, our guru, didn't even have enough time to take their seats when the young scientists already occupied their seats. So now I would like you to pay attention and to have a look to the nomination, Conventional Energy.
Traditional Energy Nomination. Alexander Mikhalevich, Belarus. Director, Institute of Energy Problems of the National Academy of Sciences of Belarus. For outstanding contribution to the scientific substantiation of the development of nuclear energy. Zi-Qiang, United Kingdom. Professor on Electrical Machines and Control Systems, Head of the Electrical Machines and Drives Research Group, University of Sheffield. For outstanding contribution to electrified transportation, improving energy efficiency of domestic appliances, reducing emissions for generation and utilization of electric power, and producing electricity from renewable energy sources. Abdulaziz Al Qasim, Saudi Arabia. Head of Upstream Hydrogen Technology and Sustainability, Saudi Aramco. For pioneering contribution to the areas of carbon capture, utilization and storage, and the advancement of sustainable hydrogen energy solutions. Fei Duan, Singapore. Associate Professor, School of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, Nanyang Technological University. For contribution to liquefied natural gas fueled powered cogeneration system from the gas turbine and customized thermoacoustic engine, and two-phase direct immersion cooling data center system. Leonard Vasilyev, Belarus. Head of the Porous Media Laboratory, AV Likov Heat and Mass Transfer Institute of the National Academy of Sciences of Belarus. For significant contribution to improving the efficiency of technologies for transmitting, transforming, and storing energy from renewable and low potential sources.
So to announce the name of the laureate, I kindly ask Mr. Bessarabov, our countryman. He is the head of the leading laboratory in the sphere of hydrogen. He took part in the meeting, and I would like to thank you, Mr. Brulov, for such a kind introduction, and my colleagues. Despite the development of alternative energy, conventional energy will be with us for a long time and determine the economic growth as well. And I'm very glad that it is a great honor for me to announce a person who receives this award, prestigious award in the sphere of global energy, and the prize goes to the scientist from UK, Zi-Qiang.
Professor Zi-Qiang is, of course, the son of China, who is currently working in the University of Sheffield in England. And we are trying now to establish a contact so that we could talk to him.
I would like to thank the Global Energy Prize for this award. It is a great honor for me. I would like to thank my students and colleagues at the University of Sheffield, and also my family and the industry collaborators. Modern electrical machines and control systems have a major impact on net zero economy, benefited from their super efficiency and power density, including applications in wind power generation, industrial drives, robots, and automation, electrified transportation, including electric vehicles, more electric aircraft, and faster trains, as well as domestic appliances, leading to a major impact also on the society by reducing both energy consumption and the greenhouse gas emissions as a result of significant efficiency improvements. Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed, sir, and looking forward to seeing you in person.
Being here in the Volga-Rud region, members of our international committee get acquainted with a very interesting project about the flooding of the Volga-Akhtoba floodplain.
Well, I want to introduce now once again William Byun, whose passion is the environment and ecology. We visited many places around the world, including places as far away as Uruguay, but a memorable visit was to the marshes in Siberia during the last but one ceremony. This time around, you've seen this new project about a new canal which would go from the reservoir of the existing hydro plant towards the lowlands. What do you say about it? How do you assess it?
I think it's important to remember in context that renewable energy also has some controversy. It's not just something that people think is smoothly done. Even if you look at something like solar, there's resistance from different communities and the impact on land. And especially yesterday when we went to the large hydro facility, there's always been some controversy or pushback on whether hydro classifies as green power, but just because of some of the impact that it has on the surrounding land. It was very interesting to see this new project on the controlled release of water for the canal and into the floodplain, because I think it shows kind of a different approach that maybe we should consider for renewables. And what I mean by that is, if you think about traditional energy, it's always been where people think of energy as something where mankind conquers the world or shapes it at its will. But as a result, there's always been some maybe spillover effect in terms of its impact on surrounding communities, and people had taken the viewpoint that development comes at a price or at a cost. But when you see the project that's being considered for the flooding, the released flooding and control over the waterways, it's sort of a new approach. When you look at the complexity of the land upstream from the dam and also downstream, the entire ecosystem, there's something we heard yesterday that there's about 3,000 or so streams, small lakes, marshlands. There's many, many different factors. And instead of just deciding that this will be at the expense of those, this kind of plan shows that there's a way to integrate not only the development, but maybe the preservation or even the thriving of local ecosystems. So in that sense, maybe we should look at renewable energy and the project that we saw yesterday not as a conflict between traditional or renewables, but a way for traditional energy and renewable energy to really work together and integrate a path forward so both can be used. Because frankly, going ahead, both are necessary for any energy future.
Thank you, William.
Now, let's have a look at our third nomination and get acquainted with the shortlist.
Non-traditional energy nomination. Yang, China, Professor, Hong Kong Polytechnic University. For fundamental research and development of renewable energy technologies for application in buildings, including integrated solar photovoltaics, indirect evaporative cooling, inline hydropower harvesting, and ground-coupled heat pump technologies. Jingyue Jerry Yang, China, Chair Professor of Energy and Buildings, Hong Kong Polytechnic University. For the development of the first pilot evaporative gas turbine supported by accurate thermophysical models and the innovation in integrating distributed energy systems with grids for higher renewable penetration. Issa 8 Botarsey, USA, Pegasus Professor, Director, Florida Power Electronics Center, University of Central Florida. For outstanding technical contributions to the design, development, and commercialization of power electronics technology for the integration of renewable resources for improving the environment. Sateris Kalagiru, Cyprus, Professor, Cyprus University of Technology. For innovative and globally impactful work on solar water heaters, new types of solar collectors, photovoltaics, solar industrial processes, and solar desalination, significantly advancing the technology of harnessing solar energy effectively. Héctor Abruña, USA, Emile Chamot Professor of Chemistry, Cornell University. For the foundational contributions spanning electrochemistry, batteries, fuel cells, and molecular electronics.
Dr. Chung, may I ask you, as the chairman of the International Committee, to announce the name of the winner, please?
Yeah, it's my pleasure to announce the laureate, Héctor Abruña.
Before to give the word to our laureate, I want to use a chance and to note that our nominee was born in Latin America. That is why we want to speak the third language. This is the first time the scientist who works in the USA is from Puerto Rico.
Héctor, felicidades. Usted ha sido el primer latinoamericano aquí en el premio.
Héctor, congratulations. You are the first Latin American to be awarded by us. I just can't find words. Congratulations. The floor is yours.
Muchísimas gracias, Dr. Krylov. Muchísimas gracias por sus palabras.
Thank you very much for your words. It's a huge honor. I am very touched by this recognition. The energy issue requires universal efforts, and we all have to contribute because it goes beyond borders. From this point of view, this award is for all the people in my research team who have contributed with ideas, efforts, and dedication over the past 41 years. The credit belongs to them. I accept the award on behalf of everyone. Thank you.
No, a usted.
Once again, thank you, and I hope we'll see each other sooner rather than later.
Muchas gracias.
Exactamente.
Dale.
I want to thank Mr. Bocharov and the government and the citizens of Volgograd, members of International Committee who came to Volgograd, all those who joined us online for our 3 laureates. So I want to say that our ceremony is held, is finished. See you soon and good luck.